Is the World Health Organization really serving the world's health needs? Or is it too heavily influenced by politics? Can the US ever trust the WHO again after what happened with COVID-19? And why does China pay almost nothing for global health while the US carries the heavy financial burden? Today, we are diving deep into the US dramatic decision to withdraw from WHO in 2020 and 2025 and what that means for global health moving forward. This is a topic that sparked heated debates and could change the way international health bodies operate. Stick with us because we have got the answers. Let's rewind to 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic rocked the world. But here's the question. Did the World Health Organization handle it the way they should have? President Trump made it clear. He accused the WHO of mishandling the crisis, particularly in their early guidance surrounding Wuhan, China. Did the WHO downplay the severity of the outbreak? Was it too late to respond? And why did it seem like they were always on China's side, especially when crucial information was being withheld? These questions were central to the US withdrawal. But here's the twist. Under the Biden administration, the US is still the largest funder of the WHO. What does that say about the organization's grip on the global health? So, is it fair for the US to keep funding an organization it believes dropped the ball during the pandemic? Let's look at the financial side of the things. Did you know the US pays a high share of the WHO's budget? In 2023 alone, the US contributed nearly 1/5 of the WHO's entire $6.8 billion budget. But hold on, here's the kicker. China, with a population 3 times that of US, contributes nearly 90% less. How is that fair? The US is carrying the weight of the world's while China gets a pass. Could this financial imbalance be fueling the dissatisfaction with the WHO? Could the US withdrawal be the wake-up call the WHO desperately needs to make real changes? Let's talk about the potential reforms. One argument in favor of the US pulling out of the WHO is that it could force the organization to make some serious reforms. If the WHO wants to keep its biggest funder, it might have to address issues like political influence, lack of transparency, and more balanced financial contributions. What would these reforms look like? More dependent decision making, less political bias, and a focus on equitable healthcare for all nations, regardless of size or political power. But what if those reforms don't happen? Could the US stay out for good, or could they be tempted to rejoin if the WHO really turns things around? Despite the potential benefits, the tone from Washington is clear. President Trump's move to withdraw wasn't just a protest, it's a serious break. What do you think? Should the US cut ties for good, or is there still hope for reform? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hard-hitting insights. Stay tuned to us for the news that matters.